the Liverpool Dockers. You've been our mates and comrades in struggle for a very, very long time.
The ITF is the most effective international organising and campaign trade union body in the world.
Liverpool Dockers! Yes,
when we saw the ferocity of the attack on the Liverpool Dockers, on the ILWU, on the ILA, we realised that the only way we were going to have some protection and ability to fight back was to go and challenge these economic and political forces internationally.
Stand up, fight back!
Unions like the Maritime Union of Australia, the MUA, the ILWU, the ILWU Canada, the ILA, and the hundreds of dockers unions around the world get their strength from the solidarity and support that they lend to each other. If you touch one, you touch all. That's the code across the dockers movement.
Workers at Port Botany in Sydney are in isolation.
COVID was a really tough time for our members. Everyone was in lockdown, but our members had to go to work. We kept the joint moving, and when you get to the other side, you want to make sure that you got a bit of respect in the workplace and you get paid as you should, because we demonstrate how important we are to the economy.
And I want to take my hat off to those 125 members working for Qube and standing up and fighting back.
Qube, through COVID, they got funding out of the federal government. They didn't pass any of it on to our members, and then they wanted to attack our members. Couldn't even give us decent conditions in Fremantle, caused that 3-month dispute. A 3-month dispute that we won.
Fighting back, we've got to pull everyone together and stand beside them, shoulder to shoulder.
In Qube, wharfies across 21 ports are united that they want wage justice. We've been robbed in the bulk and general stevedoring industry, and it's about time we turned that around. Qube have 80% market share. They've made 116% profit over the life of the last enterprise agreement.
It's going to be really important that we continue to leapfrog. Links expires 6 months after Qube expires, and we've got to then do the catch up from what we've achieved at Qube. It's important that we work together as a union, right across the industry, to deliver those outcomes for our members.
All the way through the campaign, from the very start 6 months ago, when we asked for lots of claims.
We have a huge campaign developing at DP World, and the comrades are in a good fighting spirit.
DP World have tabled salary reductions.
We spent 6 months negotiating with them. Prior to the expiry, got nothing, got nowhere. We've seen the biggest attacks on our membership since Patrick's in '98. They're seeking to change rosters across the board. They were seeking to have pay cuts of up to 32% up front. Over the last 8 years, earning $4.5 billion and paying not 1 cent in tax.
They're making plenty. DP World Australia made $830 million last year. It's the highest they've ever made.
Every single terminal, the 4 terminals, took a 48-hour stoppage in the first 2 weeks and put on bans. Straight after that, we stopped for 2 hours every shift until we got the company to shift where they needed to be.
That we don't have to run to the Fair Work Commission for interpretation.
Under the Morrison government, they stacked the Fair Work Commission. It's not a place we always want to be, but unfortunately it's a place we always end up.
Obviously we've done the mapping now.
We had the Vulcan General Conference in 2022, which got all the delegates together from 13 different Vulcan General companies right across the country, every state, every port, to review all of the agreements, make the comparisons, and set a framework for parity across the industry going forward. What we've achieved at Links was really the benchmark in the industry, and we've identified where the shortcomings are in other agreements so that we can ensure that it doesn't matter where you are in the country, you're a wharfie, you should be getting paid the same rates of pay and getting the same conditions.
Against. Declare it carried unanimous.
The new laws, the intractable bargaining laws, dictate that we've only got 9 months before potentially some boss is running off to the Commission, holding out, gaming the laws, as no doubt companies like Qube will do, no doubt companies like DP World will do, as we've seen Switzer do. These companies will play the laws like they're in a casino in an attempt to undermine the position of their workforce. We're organising through the Vulcan General Conference, through a terminal conference, to get the best possible standards and apply them to all other employers.
We've got to change our strategies. The 9-month trigger means that we've got to go harder. It means we've got to go earlier.
We want a race to the top, and we're pushing back against the enterprise agreement race to the bottom that's been imposed on us by various governments and employers in this country.
Here to stay! Here to stay!